Hey everybody, it's WillBits. We're playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. And we've done a bad thing. Or they think we have. What do I do now? I can't believe Maya and I were actually found guilty.
This trial need not be drawn out any longer. The defense has failed to counter the charge filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Now then, this court finds the accused, Maya Fey, and the defense, Phoenix Wright, guilty.
Oh, that's a bad time. That's not good. Grabbing my ears. I've always thought this was kind of an awkward sprite pose.
Mr. Wright!
Albie!
I saw the whole trial. What's going to happen to Miss Maya now?
I'm worried about that too, yes. Also me? What's going to happen to me? But right now...
I have one more thing to report, Prosecutor Sadamadi.
Yes.
This dagger. It bears the fingerprints of Maya Fey on it.
Right now, I need to focus on the next trial.
The murder of Acolyte Zeh'lot, right?
Oh, he died too? Really? At least the jury is still out on that one, so to speak. I mean, there's not a jury. There's, you know, a guy. A judge. The two murders are most likely connected. If I can get to the bottom of Acolyte Zeh'lot's murder, it might give me the ammunition I need to overturn Maya's guilty verdict.
Let me help you investigate. I want to assist you any way I can.
I appreciate it, Albie. But we're talking about a murder.
Yeah, but it's going to be hard for a foreigner to investigate this on his own.
You have a point there. I wish I knew what to do. Rayfa, why do you look sad? Shouldn't you be gloating? What are you doing here, Rayfa? Are you gonna gloat? I thought we were buddies. Huh? Isn't that your benevolence? Princess Rayfa?
Oh, it is you again. The dead lawyer walking, guilty of abetting a murderer under the Defense Culpability Act.
Okay, I see she hasn't lost any of her charm. I thought for a minute there she might have briefly had a small amount of sympathy for me. But no, you are here to gloat. Just twist the dagger in, Rayfa. Thanks. Why the long face? I thought you'd be glad I was found guilty under the DC Act.
Humph. I am in no mood to take joy in your suffering. For I was unable to defeat you and had to leave the job to others. I failed in my sacred duty as the royal priestess.
I guess that answers my question. You're glad that I'm dying, but sad that you didn't get to do it. Great.
Have I misunderstood the voice of the Matama yet
Again? This cannot be! All I did was defend my client. I can't bear to see her looking so sad like this, though. Your benevolence. Your benevolence!
Oh, bobbed head. I thought you had already begun your journey to the Twilight Realm.
I'm not dead yet. I still have an investigation to do for tomorrow's trial.
What's this? Do you mean to say you have not given up yet?
That's right! I'm going to prove Maya innocent tomorrow. But
why? Why do you refuse to give up? I cannot fathom such obstinacy. Investigate all you want. I cannot.
You really don't mind? But aren't you worried that a lawyer backed into a corner by the DC Act might do something desperate, like forge evidence?
What's this?
If left unsupervised, I'd be free to do whatever I wanted, you know? You'd be a shame if, you know, and it'd be your fault for not investigating me, so...
Grr.
Okay, now to see if she takes the bait!
Yes, I see your point. All of them on the back of your head. Bobbed head.
Yes?
I know what happened yesterday. You perpetrated some sort of fraud or other misdeed while I was not watching.
Huh?
That explains why I misunderstood the voice of the High Priest's soul. Yes, of course. That is the only explanation.
I was just trying to cheer her up. Now she thinks even less of me.
I must not allow you to sully our sacred hall of justice with your misdeeds ever again. Therefore, today, I will be monitoring your every move once more.
We're buddies again!
I will not fail to spot your misdeeds this time. The moment I see anything out of the ordinary, I will send you straight to prison. And you, boy, do not throw your lot in with this foreign devil. But your benevolence...
It's okay, Albie. You don't need to worry about me. I'll be back before you know it. But first, I should probably lighten my load a bit. Albie, would you mind holding on to some evidence for me?
Of course not. I'm always glad to help.
Unnecessary evidence unloaded onto Albie. We don't have any magic panties this time around, so we're just gonna make him carry it.
May the Holy Mother's blessings be upon you.
I like how we always know which evidence isn't going to be relevant anymore. We just clean up like, that's never gonna come up. Throw that away. Suspend your disbelief. Now then. The scene of the crime is the logical place to start. If I recall correctly, the body was found at the Plaza of Devotion. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that never came up last time. Like the big gap in the snowbank, that never showed up at all, and it seems like it should have been pretty important. But let's head to the Plaza of Devotion, where yet another murder well, no one had been murdered there before, but in this general area, a murder. Okay. Looks like the police already finished their investigation. Someone put some flowers down there. Pray time's over. To think someone would be killed here. A place devoted to prayer. Where they'd never see you coming. Was he killed right where he was lying in the middle of prayer? A body outline and flowers. Did someone leave them here in memory of the deceased? Huh? And there's something different about the prayer flags today.
As the high priest's disciple, Acolyte Zeh'lot was utterly devoted to his training. First the high priest, and now his devoted disciple. Maya Fey will pay for this. As I keep trying to tell you, Maya has nothing to do with any of this. And you can prove this? How?
What do you think I'm doing here? Gathering dirt and dust for the trial? Also, wasn't she in custody the entire time? How would she have killed anybody?
You and your smart mouth. This is precisely why you and your lawyerly ilk are so reviled.
Hey, Mr. Wright.
Oh, hey, it's Emma.
Emma!
Is that detective from your country again?
It's the princess.
You seem displeased that I am here.
Oh, no. Don't be silly. I love seeing people who hate everyone that I like. Mr. Wright, I'm so sorry about what happened to Maya.
It's not your fault, Emma. You were just doing your job. And if I had just done mine...
Mr. Wright.
But it's no use crying over spilled milk. Would you mind telling me what you know about the murder? It's do or die in court tomorrow, and I mean that literally. They will kill me.
Gladly. I'll help in any way I can.
Remember, I have my eyes on the both of you, so see to it that you commit no misdeeds.
Of course not. You're talking to a professional here.
All right, help me out, Emma. I'm roasting over here. Let's see. How about starting with an overview of what happened?
Sure. The victim is Puhray Zeh'lot.
Yep, that's a name.
He was the high priest's disciple. His body was discovered around noon today, right after the rite wrapped up.
So, during the high priest's murder trial.
That's right. Apparently he had been here praying since the day before the rite even started.
So how is he supposed to have been killed by Maya while Maya was sitting on the stand in front of the judge? How are they going to even explain that one?
Talk about serious devotion.
Yeah, well, I barely lasted a few minutes. You barely lasted a few seconds, Phoenix.
This is a picture of Mr. Zeh'lot's body.
Yike. That dagger in his upper back looks like it would have been particularly painful. Yeah, I don't think that would kill you right away. There's nothing vital right here. You know, like right in the bone. That's just gonna really hurt while you bleed out. Does he have a strawberry tattoo on his neck? It looks kind of like a strawberry. Huh? Is that a tattoo on the back of his neck? It's peach-shaped. Sure, and why would it be upside down? Because he knew he was gonna go down like that?
Everyone started leaving when the praying was finally done, but the victim remained bent over in prayer. And when they went over to check on him,
they discovered he was dead, right? Setting a world record for calmly praying. But it's cheating if you die in the process.
Yes, the estimated time of death is May 9th, sometime between the start of the rite and the discovery of the high priest's body.
Oh, so he just died. So I guess Maya was technically still around for part of it? Okay.
In other words, we believe the crime took place during the purification rite. And the murder weapon was the same ceremonial dagger that killed the high priest. The prosecution believes Maya came down the stairs after killing the high priest, and then stabbed Mr. Zeh'lot with the same dagger.
Wouldn't they have seen that? Circumstantial evidence does point to Maya, but what about the cause of death?
He apparently died instantly from the dagger that was left thrust into his upper back.
Huh.
Here's the autopsy report.
Zeh'lot's autopsy report. Great. Estimated time of death, you say? How can you know such a thing? I want to know. Well, barbed head, out with it.
Oh, so the princess of the spirit medium kingdom's interested in forensic science? That's balls in my court now.
I have no interest in science, forensic or otherwise. Nevertheless, I will someday be queen. As such, it would be wise to know what silly things the common folk believe in.
There's nothing silly about it. I'll have you know, even Prosecutor Samadi holds forensics in high regard.
Does he? Perhaps I should not underestimate the power of science. Should I worship science? Hail science? Still, I suppose it is nothing much compared to the divination seance. That's right, I can do a dance and ghosts talk to me. What can your science do with dancing? Nothing.
She really doesn't have an adorable bone in her body, does she?
Emma, I think she's actually interested. Would you mind explaining it to her? And not to me, because I don't know. I mean, because I definitely know.
I guess I have to now. Okay. There are many ways to estimate the time of death, but the most well-known method uses the change in body temperature.
Interesting.
Body temperature drops at a steady rate from the moment a person dies. That means we can tell how long someone's been dead by measuring their temperature.
Even in a cold climate? What if they were actually somewhere colder than you thought they were? Would they cool off faster?
I see. That was quite enlightening. Bald head, present your forehead now.
What? Why?
You feel just a little over 95 degrees. It seems you are not dead yet. What a pity.
Of course I'm not. I'm talking to you.
It was but a jest. After all, you're still the dead lawyer walking. You will die soon. Maybe I get to kill you. No blood on your hands, Rayfa.
I fail to see the humor in any of this. This is not funny, Rayfa. Were there any witnesses? With so many people here at the plaza, you'd think somebody would have seen something, but I guess they all had their heads to the ground at the time, so...
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But we haven't found a single witness.
How's that even? Yeah, it would have to be Fahrenheit, of which average is about 98.6. Because 95 Celsius would be him on fire. How's that even possible?
Because everyone was bent over, utterly devoted to prayer, naturally.
Oh, right. The back-shattering pose that nearly killed me. I couldn't do it. Still, you'd think someone would have noticed something.
I thought so too, but with the monk's scarf he had on, no one could see the dagger in his upper back. Plus, everyone was so absorbed in prayer they didn't see or hear anything.
I can't believe this.
What you choose to believe is your choice, but the fact remains there were no witnesses. However, there is one piece of irrefutable evidence. The dagger.
Sadly, yes.
Alright, let's talk about this diggy dag. Could you tell me about the murder weapon?
The killer used the Warbad dagger, the legendary weapon of Lady Kira. It was discovered impaled in the victim's upper back.
The accused fingerprints were found on the dagger, were they not?
Yes, they were.
Those fingerprints could have gotten on there at any time.
With such irrefutable evidence, there is no questioning the accused's guilt.
Not so fast. What about a motive? Maya had no reason to kill Acolyte Zeh'lot.
What do the police think about this matter?
Tell me. At least what the prosecution's thinking. Maya had no reason to kill Acolyte Zeh'lot.
So you say. But let us now hear what the police think about the matter.
The police believe Maya is the Lady Kira figure who has been battling the rebels. And since Mr. Zeh'lot was the disciple of the High Priest who turned out to be a rebel,
he too was likely a rebel and therefore met the same untimely demise as his teacher.
Yeah, that is how the police currently view this crime.
There's no way that Maya is that Lady Kira vigilante.
I agree on a personal level, but the police are just going with what today's trial concluded.
Ugh. I really blew it in court today. Okay, that's all we get from her apparently. Can we show you things, Emma? What do we have in our things still? We have the newspaper from the day, Tarust's autopsy reports, we have the photos of the inner sanctum, Maya's statement, Lady Kira's warning, the Plumed Punisher strap. Tell me about the Plumed Punisher.
It's been ages since you presented evidence to me.
Remember when we worked that one case together? I seem to recall a thin layer of fingerprint powder on every piece of evidence then.
Well, I guess they get that way from time to time now, too.
As enthusiastic as ever, huh, Emma? Okay, not really much new there. What about the new evidence? There we go.
Based on the estimated time of death, we believe he was killed during the rite itself. It appears he was stabbed in the upper back with a dagger and died instantly.
But there were so many people here. How could no one have noticed?
I know. I can't believe it either.
Yes, he's trust in me, and his wife is believe in me. But maybe sometimes I pronounce things weird.
I guess they were just that focused on their prayers or something.
How about the autopsy? Is that new information? Is it the same? Yeah, it's the same. Those two pieces of evidence give the exact same explanation. What about the dagger?
Maya's fingerprints were found on the dagger that was used in the murder. The police are therefore investigating her as the prime suspect.
I'm curious if the grip is the reverse grip like they said it was, because if she was able to stab him from behind, it should be gripped like that. But if she was holding it like she would in the ceremony, she would hold it like this. So I'm really curious which way her fingerprints are on the dagger, because I think that's going to be important.
The evidence is irrefutable, with no room for argument. I really don't want to treat Maya as a suspect, but based on the evidence and police reports I've received so far, it's not looking good.
Not good. More like, how could it get any worse? Alright. And she doesn't seem to have much to say about the old evidence, because I don't think there's anything super forensic on it. There's not any fingerprints on this letter, is there? Nope. Nothing to talk about, at least. Okay, well. Do we have anything else in our notes? Investigate the second murder. So let's just look around. Let's examine the crime scene. We'll start with the scene of the death. Acolyte Zeh'lot died bent over in prayer. There's no trace of blood on the ground, though. The fact that there's so little bleeding could mean it was a single stab to a vital point. Not that that would have been very difficult, considering the position he was in. Alright, let's look at these flowers, because I am suspicious. Oh, wait. This button. So these flowers were left here in memory of Acolyte Zeh'lot? What are they called?
They are known as Namanda, and they are given to express sorrow when a life is lost.
It seems offering flowers in memory of the dead is a universal practice, amongst these two cultures at least. Universal. Okay, that's going to be important, but we don't know why yet. I'm looking at this different flag, because it is very different. This prayer flag looks much newer than the rest. Your benevolence? What does it say here?
The dearest wishes of our subjects are written upon these prayer flags. Reading the prayers of others is considered rude, but if you must know, you rude lawyer. It says, at the usual spot, bring grub, the key too.
What?
That is one of the more direct and practical prayers I have ever seen. Do they expect God to bring them a grub? Is that food, or do they mean a small worm?
I wonder if it's even a prayer. It's definitely not a prayer. It's somebody hiding weird rebel instructions in broad daylight. Maybe your guards would benefit from being a little more rude. Albie said these are called prayer flags. And the prayers written on them are carried throughout the kingdom by the wind. Not the greatest government service for delivering the mail, but okay if it works. Now, if I were to pray for something, It would be for me to not get dragged into any more trouble than I already have been. Please! Alright, let's look at the gate, I suppose. Which I think is also going to be important, because how did she get down, stab him, then slip back up without the guards noticing? To think I would witness a lawyer being allowed to pass through this sacred gate! Yeah, well, I wouldn't unless I had to. I didn't want to go to the holy places. Those stairs were brutal to climb.
What's this? Do you even know how many monks would give their lives to pass through that gate?
I mean, at least 2. Boom!
Boom! Be thankful for the great honor you have been afforded.
Yes, your benevolence. Alright, what else do we got? The mountains, the streamers, the carpet rug. Acolyte Zeh'lot was killed in a prayer pose. With his head bent over like that, the last thing he saw must have been this rug.
It is a prayer rug woven by devout monks. May the Holy Mother's blessing be upon his departed soul.
It's strange that there are no bloodstains, though.
Perhaps it was so cold his blood froze, or perhaps it was absorbed by his vestment.
No, he was already dead. Maybe. It is pretty cold. Maybe the blood really did just freeze inside his body? Okay. That message on the prayer flag seems a little weird, but I think I've seen everything there is to see around here.
You have not found or heard anything of particular worth. Are you ready to give up?
No! I'm not calling it quits yet.
Does it look like you have any hope of winning, Mr. Wright?
Emma, I can't really say at this point. All I know is I have to keep investigating.
What are you two sneaks up to? I would advise you to get back to work if you are done here, detective. Otherwise, I will report you to Prosecutor Satmadi for dereliction of duty.
I'm going! Well, see you later, Mr. Wright. And good luck!
I should really pay a visit to everyone in every place connected with this case. Okay, go everywhere and talk to everyone involved. What is even the note for that? Just investigate the murder. It's old school, they're not even gonna tell us where to go. Let's head to... Can we go back to the inner sanctum? Did anything new happen here? Doesn't seem that way. We didn't get any new talkies. Let's go to the High Priest's house, and then we can just work our way back up.